Good afternoon, my beautiful girlies. It's Grace, and let's hop right in to this makeup get ready with me. Wow, y'all, how is it already the end of March? Today is March 31st. It is already the end of the month, and I just can't believe it. Like, I feel like we just started this month. All of these months for the past, since this year has started, have just like gone by so quickly. I cannot believe tomorrow we are heading into the fourth month of this year. That's just super duper crazy. Time is just flying by. So for the topic, do I think ignorance is a bliss? Now, I know that a lot of people have their different opinions on ignorance being a bliss, if even ignorance is a good thing or not, but I have my own answer of if I believe that ignorance is a bliss, and it's probably a no-brainer, but still, I would definitely have to say that ignorance is a bliss for sure. Wow, it definitely is a bliss for so many reasons, obviously, but I have two reasons why that ignorance is a bliss. So the first reason that ignorance is a bliss is because you practically live in your own bubble of happiness. I know this is especially for, well, this is really targeted towards, kids. When we're kids, we don't know anything about the world. We don't know anything, as it should be, because, we're kids. But you really just live in your own bubble, and, the bubble that you envision or that you live through as a kid versus the bubble that you live in when you grow up is like night and day. It's just so crazy how different those two worlds are, because one thing, certain things that are like going on in the world that people are just like freaking out about. I mean, kids just, don't really know what that is. And that's not to say that kids don't know like certain hints or clues, because kids are very smart. We just don't know like the specifics. Like, we only see, the surface level stuff and not the specifics of that set problem. And also, when you're a kid, you're just more excited about things when you don't know anything, and when you just live in like your own like echo chamber. Really, that's what it is. It's like living in your own echo chamber, and it doesn't even have to apply to kids. It can literally apply to anyone of any age, where they didn't have to go through a certain level of like trial and error. They didn't have to go through like a very big tremendous struggle. I believe that the less problems that you have in life, the less confrontations that you have of certain problems, the more you are checked out of this world. And I don't really know if that's on accident or on purpose, but that's just how some people live. Some people truly just don't know what's going on in the world, and others like know exactly what every little problem is going on in the world. It's just very interesting to see, because when you are happy and when you're content and when you're comfortable, why would you want to change your habits by knowing something that can ruin the rest of your life? So and I definitely do believe that having some sort of like ignorance to certain topics does protect us, because dang, I know, like, especially as we grow up, we're gonna learn more horrible things, but it's just like, I don't know if you ever wondered to yourself, like, dang, this one thing I could have went my entire life without knowing about. You know what I mean? And it can literally just be like random facts about like, a random fact about animals in the ocean, and how like, 95% of the ocean is practically undiscovered. And that just scared me. I was just like, you know what? I was honestly okay with not knowing that 95% of the ocean is undiscovered because of, sea levels and certain pressures and all that. yeah, I was honestly good just knowing that the surface, what? I was honestly good of knowing that the ocean that we see with our eyes on land was just, that was the only ocean that existed. So yeah, because I do not mess with the ocean. I just don't, because I don't like water. But yeah, y'all, I would say that would have to be the first reason why I think that ignorance is a bliss. The second reason why I think ignorance is a bliss is because you look at things surface level, basically. And I went in on this point at the end of my last point, but you really just don't think deeply about, you know, the different things that are happening. You just look at it at surface level and that is it. And you really just don't think, you know, anything of that topic. And to be fair, you know, granted, there are certain topics that really just aren't that deep. Like, it really just is that simplistic, and, you know, some people make it to be that deep. But, you know, there are other topics where it's just so complex, and there's just like, you know, so many things within that said topic. It's just kind of hard to, you know, even talk about the whole, you know, different answers and topics to that said question, because of how complex it is and because of just how hard it is to even explain it, because there's so many things to it. And also, I just think that when people look at things like surface level wise, they're just like, oh, okay, the problem's done, when it's really not. But I know, especially as we get older, you know, we look at things with a more deeper meaning, because we're, you know, getting wiser, we're getting older, and we just see the, you know, the world that we thought was innocent and happy as kids to be a pretty scary place, a little bit, honestly, a pretty scary place. But, you know, that's just, you know, the way it is, I guess, unfortunately. But yeah, you know, when you look at things surface level, you don't really question things whatsoever. So I think that's why, not even I think, I believe that's why a lot of people just live in ignorance, because they just don't question things. But yeah, that's the second and last reason why I think ignorance is a bliss, because you really just look at things surface level. Okay, guys, I am done with my quote unquote makeup look. Again, just last serum, because, you know, honestly, just came back. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I came back. But, you know, sometimes it just happens like that. As long as I put out a video for y'all, that's all that matters. So yeah, guys. So yeah, I hope that this topic gave y'all something to think about. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you will have an amazing Monday, an amazing week, and I will see all of y'all's beautiful faces next time. Bye, guys.